Hey guys, Crew Blind with I'm Eric.
I'm Calvin.
Calvin, it is time for episode 9 of Game of Thrones. This one is called Baelor.
Baelor.
Which is a word that you know, right? You don't know that.
No.
I barely know that word. Last episode, we had a lot of shit going on.
Again.
We have Robb Stark raising the banners.
Yes.
Sending out
super exciting.
ravens. Yep, we got all that going on. Catelyn is there in his camp. He's got the Great John behind him.
Yeah.
Right? He also has Theon, which you said that you like. You like Theon now?
He's getting there.
Yeah. I mean, he's with Robb.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's definitely for the family.
Absolutely. We also have Daenerys and Khal Drogo. Khal Drogo was just... He laid the word down about how his Khalasar is going to be run, and his Khaleesi helps run it, right?
Yep.
We had that. We had Ned, poor Ned.
Still in jail.
In a dungeon.
People waving torches at him, making sure he's not dead.
Yep. Sansa is being used and manipulated by the small council, the king and the queen.
Very handily.
Yep. Joffrey.
Yeah, he would show her father mercy if he basically swore fealty, or at least... said that he was actually the rightful king.
Meanwhile, Tyrion is with the Hill Tribes, with Bronn, and Tywin Lannister has backed up his promise of steel and the Vale, pretty much, if they fight with him. But they said they will only fight if Tyrion is with them. And,
otherwise, the little lion's life is theirs.
Yep. Yes, exactly. And Tywin has... sent Jaime from Riverrun to attack Robb's army from a different direction. And now he knows that Robb has 20,000 soldiers, right?
Yeah.
And everybody's very upset that Robb let that guy go.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we got that. And we also have Jon at the wall fighting zombies.
Yep.
He kind of burned his hand a little bit there when he threw that.
A little bit.
Yeah.
If only he was a Targaryen.
If only he was a Targaryen. And I think that's pretty much it. So we're going to go ahead and get into episode 9 of Game of Thrones.
Yeah.
Baelor.
You think my life is some precious thing to me? That I would trade my honor for a few more years of war? I learned how to die a long time ago. What of your daughter's life, my lord? Is that a precious thing to you? What do you want?
Filch?
It's a great pleasure to see you again after so many years.
Yep.
Oh, spare me.
That's perfect.
Your boy's too proud. Fine. Out. All in here.
He has a lot of children.
15 she is. A little flower. And the honey's all mine. Are we ready for this then? I thought wolf was more appropriate for you than bear. So I had a new pomel name called Longclaw. Works as well for a wolf as a bear, I think.
A gift for saving his life?
This is Valyrian steel. It's my father's sword. His father before him. The Mormonts have carried it for 5 centuries. It was meant for my son Jorah. He brought dishonor to our house, but he had the grace to leave the sword before he fled from Westeros. I know that you honor me, but I can't. Oh, you can.
Yeah.
And you will.
You will marry one of his daughters. Whichever you prefer. He has a number he thinks will be suitable.
I see. Did you get a look at his daughters?
I did.
Fine. Then I consent.
Good boy, Robb.
Not going under.
Take one for the team.
Yeah.
He's the ultimate wingman for his dad.
The gods were cruel when they saw fit to test my vows. They waited till I was old. And what could I do when the ravens brought the news from the south? The ruin of my house, the death of my family. I was helpless, blind, frail. they had killed my brother's son, and his poor son, and the children, even the little children. Who are you? My father was Micah, the first of his name. My brother reigned after him when I had refused the throne, and he was followed by his son Aerys, whom they called the Mad King.
Aemon Targaryen.
I'm the master of the Citadel, bound in service to Castle Black and the Night's Watch. I will not tell you stay or go. You must make that choice yourself and live with it for the rest of your days, as I have.
Think of that.
Didn't see that coming.
Doesn't have white hair because he's old.
Apparently not. Oh boy. They just don't like her, do they?
They like strong people. Khal
No,
Drogo's not really strong right now.
Nah.
I mean,
She's getting there.
Yeah, but she's still a woman, and this is
Yeah.
that culture.
The odds of me living long enough for him to retaliate have just dropped drastically. We'll be at the Vanguard tomorrow.
I think I'll go and find myself one.
Festered.
No one will enter.
And that's why you wear armor.
Mm-hmm. I have nothing to go on.
Yeah.
Well, they...
I hear we won.
The scouts were wrong. There were 2,000 Stark-bound men, not 20.
Did we get the Stark boy at least?
He wasn't here
Where was he?
with his other 18,000 men.
This song always gives me chills. It's like the Stark song.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh!
What was happening had already happened. Lady Stark, I'd offer you my sword, but I seem to have lost it.
It is not your sword I want. Give me my daughters back. Give me my husband.
Wasn't really expecting that.
We could end
I was
this
worried
war
that they
right
had
now.
come back in defeat.
Save thousands of lives. We're not doing it your way. Come on, pretty man.
Great job.
They sent 2,000 men to their graves today. The bards will sing songs of their sacrifice. Aye. But the dead won't hear them.
It's still a good move.
One victory does not make us conquerors.
She's surviving.
Baelor!
Under Yoren.
What is to be done with this traitor, Your Grace?
My mother wishes me to let Lord Eddard join the Night's Watch. Stripped of all titles and powers, he would serve the realm in permanent exile. And my lady Sansa has begged mercy for her father. But they've the soft hearts of women. So long as I am your king, treason shall never go unpunished. Sir Ilyn, bring me his head.
That's ice. Do you know why people don't like episode 9s?
Fuck.
Oh, Calvin, welcome to Game of Thrones.
Say that every episode.
I know. I remember when I first read the book and being like, wait, what? And like going forward and I'm like, wait, what? No, because Arya has her sword, she's going to save him. No, Yoren's there, he's going to save him. No, they're not going to do this. Sansa's going to do something, you know?
Yeah.
And the birds fly.
Disappointed.
You were telling me that Joffrey, like, I could see him being...
I could. Not anymore.
Not anymore. You know.
Although we do know that Sean Bean has to die in every part that he plays. I think there's only been 1 or 2 parts where he hasn't ended up dying.
He's had plenty of parts where he hasn't died, but he does die a lot.
Ridiculous.
Yeah,
I just hope that he would last longer.
Last longer. Yeah. You don't want that guy to go out like that, you know?
No, you want him to...
He fought 2 wars alongside his friend, you know?
And I want to die in battle. I don't want to...
The thing I hate the most about it is that his entire life had been nothing but honor. And then he dishonors himself by lying to save his daughters, and Joffrey took his head anyway.
Yeah.
Cersei didn't want that. She was wanting to send him to the...
Yeah.
She put her son on the throne. She thinks that she can control him, and he's this kind of guy.
Yeah.
Anyway,
that kind of guy.
Let's move on to happier things. Well, first of all, what's some stuff you wrote down?
I wrote down the spider tries. He helped not as much as he could have.
To be fair, I think that he helped as much as he could have. I mean, he's not in a position to change those things, but, I mean, you know.
He probably could have gotten Eddard out if he wanted to.
But at the cost of his own office.
Yeah.
At his own life, you know, helping a traitor.
It wouldn't have been for the best anyway. It wouldn't have changed anything. Sansa would have still been in the same screwed up
they would have
position.
They would have had to find Arya somehow before they could leave. They had no idea where she was. Now, Yoren from the Night's Watch is still stuck around, and he has Arya right now.
Yeah.
So, that's interesting. I like that, you know, the Night's Watch, they hold no, family bonds or anything like that, but he did say that Eddard's brother was, you might as well be my brother.
Yeah.
You know? So I like that he's there when no one else is. That was cool.
It's good that he was there.
Yeah. Let's go ahead and move on to some other things. You were saying earlier, whenever they had caught Jaime, you said you were worried.
Yeah.
You didn't think that had worked.
Tyrion waking up on a field of dead bodies, what didn't look like 20,000 men.
Yeah.
But like you said, low budget and everything.
Yeah.
They could have tried to make it look like that. But then Tywin said, oh, he's off with the rest of his 18,000 men. I was like, huh?
Yeah.
But then when Robb rode up, he only had like a few guys. I was like,
Yeah.
huh? But then when they plopped Jaime
down.
Lannister down, I was like, oh, yeah, it worked. Good.
But I mean, Robb sacrificed 2,000 men to win the battle.
Yeah.
You know, you can tell that he's upset by that, but they keep calling him boy and young pup and green.
He's
but
making the hard choices.
He just won the first battle.
Yeah.
So, I like that.
It's not the battle that you win, it's the war.
Well, yes, but it's a good start.
It is a good start.
But I mean, what's the battle for? It's for freedom of Eddard and the sisters, right?
And really for Westeros.
In a way.
I mean,
if they rebel against the king.
Yeah. Nobody really likes the Lannisters. They stand them because they're incredibly rich.
Pretty much.
They make things happen.
It's always interesting when it comes to power in this show. Are you powerful because you're rich? Are you powerful because you're king? Or are you powerful because you have men? Where's the real power? The real power is all those people screaming at the end because, you know, they believe Joffrey is king. That's where your power is whoever believes is in power. Yeah. The Lannisters are very good about doing that. Yep. A cool little thing that I kind of noticed while I was watching it again. Jorah's armor looks almost exactly like the Northman's armor because he is in fact a Northman, and that was his armor. I never really noticed that he's wearing almost exactly the same thing Robb's wearing.
I kind of noticed a similar pattern. I figured it was because they were from the north.
Yeah. I thought that was cool. What did you think about Jon getting Mormont's sword?
I think it's pretty cool. I actually had it wrote down here, Valyrian steel. You've said that before.
Yeah, well, the knife that was used to kill Bran was Valyrian steel. It's a very, very rare metal. Valyrian, the root is Valeria, where the dragons are from. It's
dragon forged?
Dragon forged steel. Like, they can rework it, they can melt it down and make new blades, but they can't make that ore anymore.
Gotcha.
They don't know how.
It's specifically tempered
by every house, not every house, but like these swords were passed down through the families, right? And they've been doing that for thousands of years, you know. And like almost every house has like one or two of like these great swords. It kind of sucks talking about it, but one of the other swords that we've seen so far is ice, and that was just used to kill its owner.
Yeah.
And it's a big sword. That's a lot of steel in that one.
That is a lot of steel.
Yeah.
Jorah.
Yeah.
Marmont's son, apparently.
Mm-hmm.
Which you may have mentioned it before, but I really didn't pick up on it.
Didn't really remember it.
No.
Yeah.
I mean, I remembered it when he said it. It's like, oh, that Jorah.
Yeah.
Okay. Because I'm bad with names anyway.
Yeah.
But that's cool.
So Jorah got in trouble for selling slaves off his land. He had that sword, Longclaw. He had to flee because Eddard was going to take his head or send him to the Night's Watch or something, you know? So he left the sword knowing that he had dishonored his house and he didn't deserve it. He left it, so, you know, Commander Mormont kept it. And interestingly, he gives it to Jon. Usually you pass a Valyrian sword down to a family member, but Commander Mormont doesn't have a family anymore.
Yeah, he
does.
Man of the Night's Watch.
He does have the Night's Watch, and he chose Jon. So I always thought that was very interesting.
Yeah.
That I don't know if he sees Jon as like a son, kind of, but maybe it's a proverbial passing of the torch.
Yeah, like a successor.
It's like, well, my squire could use it, you know, and then maybe possibly the person that precedes me. You know, if that, you know, the Night's Watch elect their Lord Commanders.
Okay.
They don't, you know, it's not hereditary, and it's not
like the last guy passes down.
Yeah, no, it's not like anything like that. They're weirdly a democracy. Yeah. So, but you know, it's just interesting that he gave him Longclaw.
Yeah. He had the pommel
Yeah, it was a bear, and he had it turned to a white wolf. So
that's pretty cool.
It matches Ghost, and it's pretty cool.
Yeah.
What do you think of Walder Frey? The young wife, of which he's had many, and his like 20 children.
Or more.
Yeah, there's a lot. I don't know the exact number. But Rob is now engaged to one of them.
Yeah.
One that's adequate, right?
At this point, it's kind of a...
Yeah. And, you know, he needed it to cross a bridge, but marriage proposals and marriages between houses it's the most important thing, you know?
Yeah.
So, it'd be interesting. Rob has a war to fight, but once it's done, he has a wife to take too now, you know?
Yeah.
So, he really had to grow up real quick in this episode, I felt like.
It's kind of interesting. Like you said, he's married to one of his daughters.
Yeah.
It's like he's simultaneously married to none of them and all of them.
It's like Schrodinger's wife.
Yeah, Schrodinger's wife.
Last thing I got is we got the story of Tyrion's wife, speaking of wives.
Yeah.
Which is just a terrible, terrible story.
Yeah.
Now, you notice they never said that she died.
No.
So, we don't know what happened to her. It seems like he actually had feelings for her.
Yeah.
But Jaime set up that little thing, you know, because he wanted his midget brother to get laid.
Yeah.
You know? And then no one realized that he was going to take him as a wife secretly. And then Tywin, who we know is obsessed with legacy and his family, would not have one of his sons married to a whore.
Even a midget.
Yeah.
Just disrespectable.
Mm-hmm. We've heard a lot about how Tywin handles things. We heard either this episode or last episode that on his command, the Targaryen children were killed.
This episode.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We also
found
a new Targaryen.
Targaryen. That just blew me away.
Yeah, that was pretty crazy, right?
Yeah.
I think his name is Aemon.
Yeah, Aemon.
Yeah. I love that guy. I love the actor. He's perfect. But, yeah, I mean, I think he would be the Mad King's uncle.
Yeah.
Yeah. Or great uncle. I don't know.
No,
I think he's his uncle. I think in the show it's his uncle. In the book, I think it's his great uncle.
Okay.
I think at one point they talk about him possibly having had the chance to take the throne.
Well, he mentioned in there after he refused the throne, his brother took it. His younger brother.
Because and
then his son.
Yeah. I think that he had an older brother. He was the middle, and then there was another, you know? And I think that his older brother was set to be king, and like there was some kind of struggle or something like that, and they could have placed him on there. And to get out of it, he pledged himself
to the Night's
Watch, so that he couldn't be used as a weapon against other members of his family. I think that's what it is. I'm sure our commenters will tell us exactly what it was, because it's always it's a lot of information, especially with the Targaryens, because there's a lot of stuff going on there. But you can always tell which ones they are because of their white hair, and I always thought it was kind of interesting. Like, he does have light hair. We haven't thought about it.
Yeah.
You know? Yep. Anyway, so that was episode 9. It's pretty heavy.
Yeah.
We have a week to wait for episode 10. That'll be on Saturday.
Yeah.
That one is called Fire and Blood, which is the words of House Targaryen. So we'll be getting into some crazy stuff next episode. I know everybody was waiting for this because it's kind of morbid, really. We all cried and hated what we had seen, and now we just want to watch others feel the same way. So
like gathering everyone
it makes you feel better if someone else gets sad about it. So we are saying bye to Lord Eddard Stark, but we will say hello to the rest of the Starks come Saturday. Right? Okay, so make sure you guys are, throwing down a comment what you felt like. How did you feel like when you first saw this? Because I know exactly where I was when I read the book and all that stuff. So let us know that. Also, when you're down there, hit the subscribe button and the like button, and make sure you guys are coming back for next reaction. All right, I'm Eric.
I'm Calvin.
And we'll see you guys later. Calvin, tenderly hit that button.